Hello, this is Matt on the Moon Lambo channel. I'm seeing more XRP chart analysts calling for the next XRP pump to hit about $8. So I'm going to highlight a couple examples in this very latest Moon Lambo hot jam. And so that's why I'm not frankly surprised to see one of my favorite analysts out there say that, frankly, the chart for XRP, it's actually insane. That's part of a quote, and I'll share it later in the video here. And that particular analyst, he's thinking that XRP is more likely to top out in the double digits above $20. And man, if the market gets as hot as some analysts are thinking, it's absolutely within the realm of possibility. We'll see if it hits, but it's absolutely within the realm of possibility. And I want to share with you first in this video, though, before we get into some of the very XRP specific stuff, which is what most of this video is. It's very XRP centric. I want to share with you a few additional reasons that it makes sense to be excited, including a couple indicators, top indicators that show we just ain't there yet, which is good. As soon as we get close to that, that's when it's like, if you still have your positions open, you haven't sold, at least on certain coins, it's time to start getting a little bit nervous. We're not there, in particular with Bitcoin, though. But before going further, I do want to be clear, I do not have a financial background of any kind. I am not offering financial advice, and you definitely should not buy or sell anything because of anything I say or write. I'm just an enthusiast who enjoys making YouTube videos about crypto-related topics, but just as a hobby, and just for fun, damn it. And if you don't like it, well, you can just get out. As I record this video, it is 4:13 a.m. Central Time, which is my time zone. It's Sunday, December 15th, 2024. My time flies when you're having fun. Can you believe the year's almost over already? It's been a very productive year if you've been in crypto, let's say, from a financial perspective. That's for damn sure. As I record this video, though, XRP at $2.42, Bitcoin at $102,415. So, in terms of what's been happening in the short term, it's the same story as yesterday. It's just consolidation further, but it's exciting because any moment this could break. We are not in accumulation mode where this drags on for like half a year. We're in a bull market. Bull markets do bull market things, and bull market things move precipitously to the upside after you've already had a drawback, which we certainly had with XRP. Now, Bitcoin's like an inch away from its current all-time high, a little over $103,000. I'll not be surprised to see it blaze past that. Here we have the Crypto Fear and Greed Index at 80 out of 100, so still an extreme greed. That can persist for some time here, certainly. And then we have this from chart analyst Tony Severino. And, I was actually thinking about this before I was recording this video. It's like, I've been holding my damn Bitcoin for 7 years, literally over 7 years, and I'm like, it is time to sell. Like, I probably, to be honest, I probably should have started scaling out some of it by now, and I haven't. At this point, it's like we're so close, I'm just thinking, all right, I'll just wait till the next burst. Once it goes, though, I got to start selling some of this and scale out because I don't think we have that much room left for Bitcoin. In terms of multiplier effect, I mean, some people think we're going to do 2 or 3x from here. I won't say it's impossible, but maybe we'll do like a 0.5, increase, like maybe it's maybe it's like a 1.5 from here. It go to like a 150,000 or so. I don't pretend to know, but I don't want to be on the other side of this thing when the bubble pops. And there are markers that you can look at to get a feel for when that's probable to happen based on historic precedent. And so it's not that it's literally going to be exactly the same metric by metric compared to previous cycles, but history certainly does rhyme with itself. And so here you have a Bitcoin price chart shared by chart analyst Tony Severino. But what he wants you to look at here is the relative strength index, RSI, because that's what he's talking about here as it pertains to Bitcoin. He says, Bitcoin top watch, 1 month RSI. Historically, Bitcoin peaks when monthly RSI moves above 90. However, a downtrend line could stop the rally shy of this target. A local higher high on the RSI sends us there fast, in my opinion. So we're not there yet. If history is going to kind of rhyme with itself, even if we're going to end with Bitcoin having a lower RSI when it peaks for this cycle, we're still not even close to that. I mean, in terms of, like, chronologically, you could argue that we are. But in terms of where we're at in the chart here for RSI and the level that it's at, because it's at, when he posted this, 76.43, there's still some room to go. But that does kind of let a fire under my butt, and I'm like, okay, I really do need to start selling here. I really, really do. Now, I'm not freaking out about it, though, because, and this has been my plan, like, the whole time I've been in crypto, is to make the vast majority of my life-changing wealth from altcoins. And, a number of them have already started running, and then money's going to cycle through the space. So I think the vast majority are going to have, well, they're going to move in tandem. They're all going to move in tandem, basically. I'd be surprised if there's a single outlier on that point. But I think a lot of them are going to hit, new all-time highs. And I don't necessarily need to sell all of them above new all-time highs. There's some stuff that I purchased, in 2023. And as I was, because look, my bags were packed even before I did some of that stuff. So as I was buying it, I was thinking to myself, I don't even care if these things hit all-time high. Probably all of them won't. Maybe they will, but probably not. I'll probably just start selling the damn things. If I get a certain multiplier that looks enticing, like I'm not worried about even getting close to selling the top. But I do think on the whole, I'm going to get most of the money from my altcoin. So if I couldn't sell my Bitcoin this cycle, I would not exactly be flipping out. I just hold on to it until the next cycle because it leads the market. So for that reason, that's one of the ones I'd least be concerned about. There's no indication that's going to change anytime soon. Bitcoin, if it's ever dethroned, and that's possible, maybe it won't always be number one by market cap. There's no signs that that's going to be happening anytime soon, if ever. But anyway, I wanted to highlight this just to, give you, it's okay. Breathe a little bit if you've been panicking. No, we're not there yet. This is not time to be freaking out, but I'm going to continue to watch tons of different metrics. And as we get to the point where it's like, okay, Bitcoin, it's looking like it's very topsy here. And then ultimately, hey, altcoins, these are markers for tops for the altcoin rally. I will be talking about that stuff, and you just need to be aware of it because people have this tendency when you get excited, just think, when it's going higher, it's just going to go even higher after that. People fall victim to themselves all the time in this. And so I'm just going to send out these reminders. You do whatever is best for you. I'm not telling you to buy or sell or hold it in those instances or ever. But just be aware that it is a normal human proclivity to, have this concern about selling too soon, and then you can absolutely miss the mark, and you can just wreck yourself for an entire cycle. Just be conscious of that. Then there's also this from chart analyst Ali Martinez. This is a Bitcoin exchange reserves, and this is fascinating. Another 40,000 Bitcoin were withdrawn from exchanges over the past week, totaling $3.92 billion. So the reason I'm highlighting this is because this is not the behavior that you see at the peak of a bull market. Because when people are taking their Bitcoin off exchange, and again, Bitcoin leads the market, that's why I'm highlighting this, even if we care more about altcoins, and I certainly do. When people are taking mass quantities of a coin off of an exchange, that's because they don't intend to sell it any soon. They're putting it in self-custody for a later date. And so maybe, I won't be surprised if a ton of this comes back on exchanges before the cycle's over, but it's certainly not now. So again, it's one more thing that you can look at here. And then as far as altcoins, which I'm way more excited about, frankly, and I hope my goal, honestly, in this cycle, my goal ultimately is to, in an ideal situation, and look, it's going to be messy, nothing's going to be perfect. If I could have it exactly how I want, I wouldn't even. It's not that I'm aiming for selling the tops, but I would love to sell 100% of my crypto holdings. I would love to be sufficiently enticed that I take the profit from all of them. Now, I don't know if it's going to go that way, and I could, I'm human. I could screw stuff up. So I'm great. I've been great for 7 years at just being almost 100% fearless, except for my earliest days, in terms of just hodling and accumulating during bear markets and being down substantially in terms of what I put down. I've been down a lot in crypto for certain periods of time on specific coins. So I'm great with that, honestly, and I don't mean that in a braggy way. It's just like I have demonstrated to myself I've done that well. But where I haven't been tested is this environment, because yes, this is fine. It's my third bull market ever in crypto, but I've never gone into a bull market thinking I am so well positioned that I want to unload everything. This is the first time for me coming in with that hope anyway, and that goal. So we'll see how I do, because, I'm human too. I could screw it. I think I'll be fine. I'm optimistic that, with I'm pretty good at letting logic come through emotion. I think I'll be fine. But there's an opportunity that I could screw some of this stuff up. And even if I'm overall happy at the end, I'll probably, still look back and be like, oh, I could have done that better. Maybe I fell short here. And, I'll talk about that too. We can do a little post-mortem once we're back in the bear market. There'll be plenty of time to reflect here. But we're not there yet. And so here's chart analyst Mustache talking about altcoins. He says, wow, Total 3, which is the crypto total market cap excluding Bitcoin and ETH, it has formed a 3-year inverse head and shoulder pattern and has recently broken out. So that's a bullish pattern, of course. He says, we've already seen a similar phenomenon in 2020. You know what happened after that? The bull market for altcoins is facing its most exciting months of the whole cycle. And so this is one more thing you can look at to kind of get your bearings on where we are at in the cycle. So it's hard to figure out chronologically what this means, but in terms of structure, if we're going to have history rhyme with itself, there's yet another indicator that says, yeah, the best is yet ahead. So there's 3 markers here that I've already shared with you in this video that should give you confidence that everything's fine to this point, but when it starts getting shaky, when we're on shaky ground, and hey, these are top indicators that are getting really close, just pay attention because I will be talking about them. We're just not there yet. Here's a post from chart analyst Dom. Now, this is from November 5th, and this is amazing because I get like all of the XRP chart analysts, all the reputable ones that I follow, all of them said that this was going to happen, with one exception I can think of, which is Alessio Rastani. He's a great analyst and he's not a troll, but he didn't think that XRP was going to perform this cycle. He obviously was wrong. And I made my arguments as to why I thought that he was wrong too, even though I'm not a chart guy. But all the rest of them, all the ones that I follow, the answer was yes, and they articulated why. And a lot of them would highlight this very thing. They drew these trend lines. It's a symmetrical triangle, and they noted that we were getting towards, over time, of course, narrowing a range of volatility, and we were getting closer and closer to the apex. And as that happens, you break out before you hit the apex just about 100% of the time. And so on November 5th, of course, that's election day, when XRP was at the time 64 cents. Remember the good old days a month ago when it was 64 cents? Well, he knew that this was coming, and I was screaming this the whole time to anybody that would listen all year. But here's what he wrote. I see this as a 2,400 days of resilient consolidation. For 6+ years, XRP has stayed in the top 6 cryptos. Time is ticking. And he was right, obviously. And that's in line exactly with the same messaging that I was highlighting. Even if you're not a chart guy, and I'm not because it just bores me to tears and I don't want to be. I appreciate the chart guys. I just don't want to do it myself. Like, to think that, XRP being in the top 10 coins by market cap its entire existence throughout the SEC lawsuit, to see that speculators kept XRP ranked that high, and then to think that that's not ridiculously bullish, that didn't make logical sense. That's the sum, knowledge, perspective, beliefs of all speculators combined on the planet, keeping it there. And if you think that you know better than that, well, you don't. You are wrong. And so now we see that playing out, and XRP has burst dramatically to the upside. And the reason I'm sharing that is he had an additional comment. He actually just shared this on Saturday. This is a brand new update. He reposted this and wrote, 2,400 days of resilient consolidation it was. I don't miss the days of being stuck in this triangle. Yeah, well, I sure as hell don't either, because my entire existence of being an XRP holder until this finally broke out a month ago was inside of this triangle. My entire 7 years was in this triangle. Think about that. So I would have bought first around here in late 2017. It was November. And so think about this. I've literally been through every single up and down and held all of my XRP throughout every single up and down, this whole thing. And not only did I hold it, I accumulated. I spent years and years dollar cost averaging in, and I was down for the first few years. And that was fine. I kept accumulating and accumulating and accumulating, buying as low as 15 cents at the cheapest. That's the cheapest I was ever able to get it. Held it as low as 10 cents. And then look at all this volatility. I went through every single thing, and it was fine. And I slept easy, and I've articulated why. There's 7 years of videos, well, 6 years of videos of me articulating why now. And I'm very thankful that I did this. And so if you ever feel fearful, you just got to take a step back and understand that all of this in the end means nothing, because either, like, one of two things happens, as I've been saying the whole time I've been running this channel. Either XRP, we're all wrong about it, and it goes to zero one day, or one day, at some unknown point in the future, it hits a new all-time high, and it goes into price discovery, and it melts faces. It's a binary bet, and neither of those has happened yet, but you know which way I've been leaning the whole time, and now that we've broken out of this damn triangle, it seems like a virtual certainty that it's going to be much sooner than later, and it doesn't make sense to be fearful in the interim. Especially given that fundamentals have only gotten stronger this whole time, and now XRP has legal clarity. It's just amazing. And I look back at this, like, I'm having a little bit of self-reflection. I'm like, wow, I really did hold all of that. And I know I'm not the only one, but I'm just kind of in awe. Like, that's really the journey that any XRP holder, including myself, went on, if you were there, for however long you were there anyway. And I know many of you have been here, like, even just the last several years. Some listening have been here longer than me. But, man, that's a hell of a journey. Whew. I regret none of it, though. Like, I really don't. It's just something, man. Here we have a post from chart analyst Credible Crypto, XRP chart. It says, a glimpse into the lower time frame noise, that just means short-term price action, the noise, that active lower time frame traders are constantly watching / evaluating. We know the orange zone is a good place to attempt a long, but now the question is if we test it now or later. Looking at lower time frame price action, these are some key levels that I'm watching to help determine that. There's a chance we can put in a higher low here and head to our range highs, leaving the orange zone untapped. This increases the odds we get that sweep of the range highs as pictured before a potential test of our own orange zone after. If we don't print a higher low here, then maybe we test the orange zone now rather than later, which would change our expected corrective structure moving forward and would make me reevaluate lower time frame price action and expectations moving forward. The market is like a constantly shifting puzzle, and if you're an active lower time frame trader, you need to constantly adapt to these changes as they develop. For newer traders, this is why we recommend focusing on the higher time frame first and foremost. The higher time frame logically doesn't need to be reevaluated nearly as often. And that's what he posted on Saturday afternoon. Now, even though I know that most of you, I'm assuming anyway, are not active traders, and I sure as hell am not. I do 0% trading. I'm a 100% hodler. I don't need to introduce additional human risk into this. I don't need that stress. I don't need to spend the time on that. There's other stuff I can do with my life. I just want to hodl because I know that works and you still get life-changing wealth that way. I'm going to leave well enough alone there. But the reason that I highlight this is because even for someone like me, and I think this is probably true for all of you listening, you're still interested in the price action that's going to happen. It's because it's fun when you have skin in the game and watching this and then having the conviction that we have here that this really is going to go higher. We're about to hit an all-time high. It's interesting to see analysis about what even might happen in the short term, even if we're not going to act on it. I mean, that's how it is for me anyway. I assume that it's true for many of you listening here. Trading is just a horrific idea for most humans. 95% of traders lose money. Now, for the small percentage out there that can actually pull it off, kudos to them. I very well. I seriously mean it. Like, it's impressive if you can do that because that's not something most humans can do. But man, I don't know if I could do it or not. But either way, I don't want to do it. So I don't want. I'm not even going to find out ever. I don't want to. I don't care. There's other stuff I can do with my time. And then he reposted that, and he kind of made part of that point here. So here's another XRP post just a few hours after that. He said, and for non-traders, you just need to zoom out a little so you don't forget the big picture. Structure on XRP here looks so freaking clean and bullish, it's actually insane. Forget what happens on these lower time frames, it's noise for a non-trader. Big picture is incredibly and unequivocally bullish as F. As always with these charts, time and price not necessarily the scale, and then he goes on to cite that. We take the moves one step at a time to narrow this down. This is simply to show how early we are in context of the higher time frame impulsive structure. Yeah, so I'm glad that he took the time to note that. It makes more sense for most people, I'll say it again, to just be a hodler. Don't overthink this. There's nothing special about me. Like, I'm a regular dude, but that's kind of like the point. Regular people like myself can do this and find success doing this, which means that all of you can do it too. There's nothing special about me whatsoever, but you do have to control your emotions. And I think it's very obvious that you just need to take as much opportunity for a human interaction out of the whole experience. Take the human interaction out. Don't tinker with the portfolio. Don't try and get cute with stuff and think, oh, well, it's going to go lower. I'm going to sell here and buy lower. You know, it's just, you do stuff, eventually you get wrecked. You don't need the stress in your life. It doesn't make sense. And so, you know, after all of this, it's like, and I've been holding this long, like, I feel like we are that close. I mean, I am with my portfolio. Like, I'm going to unload everything I possibly can here. But the reason that I'm in this position is because I've literally, after I bought, I've literally done nothing. That's it. I've tracked it because I have fun in the space and I love engaging in conversation on social media, love running the YouTube channel, but I've done nothing with the actual crypto other than buy. That's it. That's absolutely, I've never cashed out to USD. Now I'm going to. I'm going to. And then we had this from Chart Analyst Crypto Insight UK. He reposted what I just shared with you from Chart Analyst Credible Crypto, and he's bullish AF. Take a look at this. XRP technical analysis from Cred is great. I think we may come back and test around $2.20-ish, maybe wick below. Okay, so he's kind of thinking something similar to Credible Crypto there. And he says, which are the double daily closes at our recent lows. I also, and this is interesting, we'll see if this comes to pass, this is bold. He says, I also made the ambitious call of $8 by Christmas. This is in play still. I think people underestimate the velocity of the next move for XRP. Maybe the push comes between Christmas and New Year. I don't know, but I don't think it'll be too long, and we will be higher than most believe possible. Yeah, so if that happens, I won't find that remotely unbelievable. I don't know when the pop's actually going to happen. I don't pretend to. I'm just going to be here when it happens. I just have the exposure. But yeah, it's going to be super fast. And that's a much bigger jump than what we had for this first leg up from when XRP went to wherever the hell it was, 60 cents or so, up to as high as $2.90. And we're a little bit below that now, obviously. But the next leg up, even Credible Crypto was saying the other day, I don't know how many of you caught this, but I highlighted a post from, like, I don't know, it was a few days ago. And he said, folks, this next leg up, and he gave his technical analysis reasons why, but he's like, yeah, this next leg up from a chart analysis, if you just look at the chart formation, you should expect it to be a bigger leg up. And so he was saying that you expect XRP to go upwards of from where it was at when he posted that, maybe like up in another like $4 or so. And at the time, it was the price of XRP was, I think, close to where it is now. I'm pretty sure. So that would have put you, up into the range where maybe you are talking about whether it's $7 or $8. Maybe you can go higher. So we'll see. But even if it's less than that, maybe even the $6 range or so, it's going to be a bigger jump than what we just saw. That's his expectation based on his years in the space here. And I'm seeing that from a ton of analysts here. In fact, take a look at this. This is a post. I got two posts from chart analyst Dr. Magic. This one's from a few days ago. XRP USD chart. And he said, next target is $8-ish for XRP. And I shared this a few days ago. He said, whenever it comes, I will reevaluate things. What Bitcoin is doing, what ETH is doing, how much time we have left, etc. To be honest, I think it will be a local top and not the major one, because every XRP bull is targeting $8, but let's take it step by step. Okay, so he thinks there's a really good chance XRP ultimately goes way higher than $8, but as far as the next leg up, maybe it does get close to that. And that's the reason I thought I'd close out the video by highlighting this. And then there was this post from him just in the morning on Saturday. So he reposted that, and he wrote, some fellas in the below post, which is the one I just shared with you, suggested to look more in the market cap of XRP. I looked and found more confluence about the $8 target of mine. Plan your exits from now. If you wait till the end, you will froze like a rabbit looking at the headlights. I think perhaps he should have said, you will freeze like a deer in headlights. But he said froze like a rabbit looking at headlights. It's his damn X account. He can say whatever the hell he wants. That's just fine by me. But it's interesting whether he's looking at the market cap or even just what price action is. His charts are saying as far as XRP price. My brain just broke. Whether you're looking at the market cap or if you're looking at XRP price action just against the U.S. dollar, just on that chart. From what he's seeing here, that level is still the one that he finds to be most probable coming up here as soon as we have that leg up. So again, I'm just highlighting because I'm seeing tons of analysts more or less call for the same thing here. And it's at hand. Like, we really are that close. So we'll see, folks. I'm excited. I am every day, though. That's not a surprise, right? I really hope you guys are too. This is just so much fun. It's such an incredible ride. And I tell you, having been here as long as I have now, I know it's not done yet, and we need to see this through. And there's still an opportunity things could go off the rails technically. But I got to tell you, like, even at this point, I feel a lot of vindication. And I'm willing to bet that a lot of you guys that have been here a few years, you probably feel the same. It's nice, right? It's nice. Because it's just a see I told you so to all those idiotic, toxic Bitcoin maximalists out there that said that this would never happen again. I know we haven't hit the new all-time high yet, but look how strong XRP has been in the beginning phase of the alt season. This is the beginning. And it's coiled up for 7 freaking years just about. I think it's only going to get better from here. I'm not a financial advisor. You should not buy or sell anything because of anything I say or write. That would be a very, very, very bad idea. Until next time, to the moon, Lambo.